There is one question out there that if you ask me, it automatically tells me you have work ahead and that you need to take a step back from your trading. Let's talk about the question and why it's so revealing. So what is this question? Well, here it is right here. And it's one of the pet peeves out there just because there's really no way for me to answer it. If I do answer it, then that implies that I'm making all sorts of assumptions, and that's just not the proper way to answer a question if you're trying to give somebody a legitimate answer. And it's just, what do you think of? And then you fill in the ticker symbol. A very common question, right? I mean, you see it all the time. If there's one question out there that probably happens the most, this would be it. I mean, that's kind of the whole logic behind, message boards, chat rooms, social media, all that stuff is, well, what do you think about? And then insert in the ticker symbol. However, if you're going around asking somebody that, it really tells me that you don't understand what's going on. And what do I mean by what's going on? Well, you don't understand what a trade plan is. You don't understand, that there's a lot more than just asking somebody such a broad question. Because really this question, it's the worst question out there, to be honest, because it's just so general, and the person on the other end, if they do answer it, they're going to have to make all sorts of assumptions. So why is it so broad? Well, let's just think about anything. The first part that you need to consider, or that you should be asking somebody, you got to give them a little more context. And the first bit of context is, well, are you asking that person from a long perspective, or are you asking that person from a short perspective? Again, if you ask me, hey, what do I think about, let's just say, Apple? The first thing I'm going to ask you is, well, do you want to go long or you want to go short? What's your mindset? And, now most people are assuming long. However, as a trader, your mindset, these are the sort of things that you should be thinking about all the time. Is a stock plan, it's just not what do I think about a stock? Well, long or short, that's going to be the first area. The second, well, what kind of time frame are you asking me this in? And this can be broken into two parts. The first one is just going to be, are you looking to day trade? Or are you looking to swing trade? Obviously, these two people, two totally different things. So notice how we're kind of working our way down. First, long or short? Well, then what about, day trade or swing trade? I don't know. I mean, if you're asking me something and you want to know something in terms of, well, what do I think about it over the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks? But if you're a day trader, who cares about the next 2 or 3 weeks? You probably want to know what's going to go on in the next hour, the next day. Who knows? Maybe the next 15 minutes. So very broad. Hopefully now you're saying, wow, just randomly asking that question, that person is making all sorts of assumptions. And then from this, well, what kind of, time frame are you looking at in the sense of, the time per price? What do I mean time per price? Well, do you care about what's happening every 5 minutes, the price? So in other words, from the charting perspective, in charting lingo, you'd be looking at a 5-minute chart. You care about what the price is doing every 5 minutes. Whereas what happens if you're a swing trader? You're probably going to be using the hourly chart, meaning you care about what happens to the price every hour. You care about what happens to the price every day. So again, if you're asking me, what do I think about something? Well, I don't know. What kind of time frame do you want? Are you a day trader or swing trader? And then even with that, because even day traders is different. Some day traders care about what's happening every 2 minutes. Others care about what's only happening every 15 minutes. In other words, there's just so many different avenues that you can go where somebody in good conscience cannot give you an answer to this question without making all these assumptions. Another one, what is your strategy in general? So for example, there are a lot more strategies in this, but maybe you like to play pullbacks. Maybe you like to play breakouts. Heck, maybe you're using some sort of option strategy. But if you're just, so hey, what do you think about that? I don't know. I mean, do you like pullbacks? Do you like breakouts? Do you do option strategies? How am I supposed to answer this for you when I don't know what your personal strategy is? I don't know what you're looking to do. And then finally, and most important, your personal risk tolerance. And this is where it just kind of scares me to the point when people are asking me this question. It's like, man, I appreciate, the vote of confidence to ask a complete stranger, me, what do I think about something? But I don't know you. I don't know what your personal risk tolerance is. if I answer this question, I could be giving you an answer that doesn't fit into your personal mindset of risk tolerance. And if you take what I'm saying and then you're out there and oh wow, I don't feel comfortable, I'm biting my nails off, well, that's probably because your risk is way off. So again, this is why you should not be asking anybody, what do you think about this? Because they don't know any of this. And most importantly, like I said, this one right here, they don't know your personal risk tolerance. And they need, that's a crucial part of any trading strategy. So next time you go out there and think you're going to ask somebody, hey, what do you think about that? Just understand that if that person answers you, they are assuming all these things. They're assuming that you probably mean long. They're assuming who knows what here. They're assuming who knows what here. I mean, there's so many assumptions going on that person's making for you that's just not wise. But you should not be asking this. If you are asking this, or if you feel the need to ask somebody else that, you're not confident in yourself. You need education. You need to learn. You need to do something, because I guarantee this, the people that are in my chat room don't ask me this. They don't care what I think about stuff. And that's perfect, because they know that if they ask me, what do I think about this? I'm going to say, well, I don't know. Are you long or short? What sort of strategy are you looking to use? What's your risk tolerance? And most times people, well, I don't know. I guess I've never really thought about that stuff. Well, that's fine. I was once there. I used to ask this question. But now when I step back and think, wow, there's a lot that goes into a stock and forming a trade around it, that's scary to think that I used to ask people that question. So keep that in mind. If you're asking it, put on the brakes. You need to go back. You need some education. You need to start to figure some things out. You need to gain the confidence in yourself where you know where you stand with all these things. If you're thinking, well, I guess I don't know. Am I long, or do I like to go short? If this is creating a bunch of holy crap, that's a lot of stuff I never thought of. Awesome. You just had hopefully a revelation. Hopefully you're going to have something that kind of clicks on the light bulb that says, okay, I got some work to do. I know what I need to figure out. But if you're just, going to continue to go and ask that question, you're just never going to get, a legitimate answer for these reasons. So take this to heart. And I am doing this video because I know I'm going to get these questions. I always get them. And now I have a video that I can just link them to. Like, hey, here's my answer. Tell me these things right here, and then I can help give you some sort of answer. But until I know these things, then I don't know what to tell you. So this little section is for those of you that just asked me the question, and I just linked you to this video as map out these things for me, give me answers to all these, and then I can give you a much better answer and a more legitimate answer, because I don't need to make any assumptions anymore. You've told me all these different things. And if you're saying, well, Clay, I don't know all these things, well, then take that as a sign that time to get out there, slow things down, and do some figuring out on your part. So hopefully this helps, and hopefully this kind of opens your eyes to the risks of this question. And I'd be happy to answer questions. I'm more than willing to answer that question for you. I just need to know this stuff first. So thank you for watching. If you like this, click that like button down below. Leave some comments. I like to hear from people. Get out there, trade without emotion.